Hey there, science fans! Have you ever stopped to think about how you're even reading these words right now? It's not magic, it's chemistry! That's right, inside your eyeballs, a spectacular chemical show is happening every single second you're awake. It's a high-speed, molecular performance that turns light from the world around you into the vibrant movie you call reality. We're going to dive into this incredible process, from the tiny molecules doing all the work to the amazing ways different animals see the world. We'll even bust some classic myths along the way. So, put on your safety goggles, metaphorically of course, because things are about to get brilliantly chemical. So, how does it all start? It starts with light. Light is a form of energy that travels in waves, zipping across space from a source like the sun or a light bulb. When these light waves bounce off an object, say a bright yellow banana, they carry information about that banana's color and shape directly to you. Your eye acts like a super sophisticated camera, but instead of film or a digital sensor, it uses a screen made of living cells packed with light-sensitive chemicals. The front part of your eye, the cornea and lens, works to focus that incoming light, aiming it perfectly onto the back of your eye, called the retina. This is where the real action begins. Think of the retina as the stage for our chemical play. When light hits this stage, it doesn't just sit there. It smacks into special molecules and kicks off a chain reaction. It's like a single domino falling and setting off an elaborate, spiraling pattern of thousands more. This isn't a slow, lazy reaction. It's practically instantaneous. The energy from a single particle of light, a photon, is enough to start the whole cascade. This initial zap of energy is the first step in a long and complex communication line that eventually tells your brain, "Hey, there's a banana over here and it's yellow." It's a beautiful, intricate dance of physics and biology. This whole process is a kind of biological alchemy. Your eye is literally transforming light energy into electrical energy. The chemical reactions triggered by light create tiny electrical signals, like messages sent in Morse code. These signals then travel along the optic nerve, a massive data cable connecting your eye to your brain. Your brain, the master interpreter, receives these zillions of signals and decodes them, assembling them into a coherent picture complete with colors, shadows, and motion. So every time you see a sunset or a friend's smile, you can thank the tireless chemical reactions happening in your very own eyes. Science is everywhere, even behind your eyelids. Now, let's meet the stars of our show. The photoreceptor cells in your retina. There are two main types, and they each have a special job. First up are the rods. You have about 120 million of these guys, and they are your night vision specialists. They are incredibly sensitive and can detect even the faintest glimmer of light, which is why you can still find your way around a dimly lit room. However, rods don't see in color. They are all about detecting shades of gray, motion, and shapes in the dark. They give you the, "Is that a coat rack or a monster?" kind of vision. They are the workhorses of your sight, ensuring you're not completely in the dark. Then we have the cones. You have fewer of these, only about 6 million, but they are responsible for all the glorious color in your world. Cones work best in bright light, which is why colors seem to fade as it gets dark. There are 3 types of cones, and each one is tuned to a different wavelength of light. Media group, scientific illustration of 3 types of cone cells, laboratory analysis of color wavelengths, color spectrum chart stock distribute _equally, one for red, one for green, and one for blue. Your brain mixes the signals from these 3 cone types to create every color you can imagine, just like a TV screen mixes red, green, and blue pixels. It's an additive color system where all the colors combined make white light. So thank your cones for every rainbow, every painting, and every perfectly ripe strawberry. The key molecule in both rods and cones is a chemical called retinal. Retinal is a form of vitamin A, and it's what actually absorbs the light. This molecule has a neat trick. It can exist in 2 different shapes. Before light hits it, retinal has a bent, crooked shape. Chemists call this the CIS formation, but when a photon of light strikes the retinal molecule, it provides the perfect jolt of energy to make it snap straight. This straightened out version is called the trans formation. This simple change from bent to straight is the entire trigger for vision. It's a tiny molecular switch that gets flipped by light. This shape-shifting act of retinal is what starts the domino effect we talked about. When retinal straightens, it changes the shape of the larger protein it's attached to, called opsin. In rods, this protein is called rhodopsin. This change triggers a series of other chemical reactions that ultimately generate that all-important electrical signal to the brain. Afterwards, your body's cellular machinery has to work to reset the retinal molecule, bending it back into its CIS shape so it's ready to catch another photon. This cycle happens millions of times a second across your entire retina, allowing you to see a continuous, flowing picture of the world. It's a molecular tango of bend, snap, and reset. Let's talk carrots. You've probably heard the old saying that eating carrots will give you amazing night vision, like a superhero. Well, that's a bit of a myth. It was actually propaganda started during World War II to explain why British pilots were so good at spotting enemy planes at night. The real reason was a secret new radar technology. Now, carrots are full of beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, and vitamin A is essential for making the retinal molecules we just discussed. So, if you have a severe vitamin A deficiency, eating carrots will help restore your normal vision. But for most of us, eating a whole bunch of carrots won't give you superhuman sight. Your vision will just be normal. Now, how do scientists understand this lightning-fast chemistry? With math, of course. The study of how fast chemical reactions happen is called kinetics. We can use mathematical equations to model and predict exactly how long it takes for a retinal molecule to change shape after being hit by a photon. These calculations involve quantum mechanics, the physics of the super-tiny, to understand how light energy is absorbed. Scientists can predict the probability of a photon being detected and how the resulting signal will propagate through the cell. This helps us understand not just how vision works, but also what happens when it goes wrong on a molecular level. It's a perfect marriage of biology, chemistry, and physics. Speaking of amazing vision, let's look at the animal kingdom. Humans are pretty good with our 3 types of color-seeing cones, but we're nothing compared to some other creatures. The undisputed champion of color vision is the mantis shrimp. This incredible crustacean has up to 16 different types of photoreceptor cells. While we see a rainbow of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, a mantis shrimp sees colors we can't even comprehend. They can also see polarized light, which is light that vibrates in a single direction. To them, the world must look like a psychedelic wonderland of information, helping them find mates and spot prey with astonishing precision. Other animals have their own visual superpowers too. Eagles have incredibly dense photoreceptors in their retinas, giving them vision that's estimated to be 4 to 8 times stronger than ours. They can spot a rabbit from over a mile away. On the other end of the spectrum, many nocturnal animals like cats and owls have a special reflective layer behind their retinas called the tapetum lucidum. This layer acts like a mirror, bouncing light back through the retina for a second chance at being absorbed by the rods. This is what makes their eyes appear to glow in the dark when a light is shined on them, and it's a key part of their excellent night vision. So what happens when our eye's chemistry or structure isn't working perfectly? That's when we get vision problems. For many people, the issue isn't with the retinal chemical reaction itself, but with the physics of the eye. If you're nearsighted or farsighted, it usually means your eyeball is slightly too long or too short, causing light to focus in front of the retina or behind it instead of directly on it. The solution? Eyeglasses or contact lenses. These are carefully shaped pieces of glass or plastic that bend the light just enough to correct the focus, ensuring it lands perfectly on your retina so the chemistry can do its job properly. It's a brilliant and simple fix. More complex issues, however, can involve the chemistry directly. Conditions like macular degeneration involve the breakdown of cells in the retina, particularly the cones responsible for sharp central vision. Scientists are researching treatments that involve protecting these cells from further damage or even regenerating them. One area of research involves understanding the visual cycle, the process of resetting retinal. If waste products from this cycle build up, they can become toxic to the cells. Figuring out how to clear this waste with medication or gene therapy could one day prevent blindness for millions. It's a frontier where chemistry and medicine meet. The knowledge of vision chemistry has applications beyond medicine. Think about the screen you're reading this on. Engineers had to understand how our red, green, and blue cones work to design pixels that could trick our brains into seeing millions of different colors. The same principles apply to creating vibrant inks for printing, developing camera sensors that mimic the human eye, and even designing better lighting for our homes and offices. Every time you watch a high-definition movie, you are enjoying the fruits of a deep understanding of the chemistry and physics of sight. It's applied science you use every single day. From a single photon of light sparking a molecular dance to the complex neural network that builds our perception of reality, the chemistry of vision is a profound and beautiful process. It connects the quantum world of particles to our everyday experience. Understanding it not only helps us fix problems and create new technologies, but it also gives us a deeper appreciation for the simple act of opening our eyes and seeing the world. It's a constant reminder that even the most ordinary things are powered by extraordinary science. Now that's what I call a bright idea.